Welcome to your new Peugeot E-208. Today I'm going to go through some of the essential features and functions of your new car to help get you up and running.
To start with, you unlock the car by pressing the unlock button. You will also notice there is a lock button at the top of the key. The charge flap is on the rear left-hand side of the car and it is unlocked with the central locking of the car. To charge the car, you then simply insert the charging lead into the top part of the socket. The light by the socket will illuminate green to indicate the car is now successfully charging. To release the cable, you need to press the unlock button on the key and you will hear the cable unlock. It can then be simply pulled out.
The second part of the socket is for public rapid charging at a CCS rapid charger at somewhere like the motorway services. To do that, you need to remove the bottom bung to reveal the combined charging socket.
All our cars are supplied as standard with a 3-pin charging lead you can use to charge your car from any normal domestic main socket. This cable you will find in the boot of the car when it is delivered to you. While we're in the boot of the car, it's worth mentioning that the roadside tyre repair kit can be found underneath the boot carpet.
Now let's move into the car.
Once seated, you can adjust your driver's seat using the bar underneath the front and the wheel and the lever on the side of the seat. The steering wheel can also be adjusted by releasing the clasp underneath the steering column. Once you are comfortable, you can set your wing mirrors using these switches.
The E208 has a proximity key, so it just needs to be present within the car to be able to turn the car on.
To start the car, you need to apply the foot brake and then press the start-stop button located to the left of the steering wheel. You know the car is on as ready as displayed on the dash. The car is now started, but it remains in park with the parking brake applied. To put the car in gear, apply the foot brake and move the gear selector forwards for reverse or backwards to drive. You need to press this little button on the side of the gear selector to change gear from park. The park button is on top of the gear selector. The gear you are in is displayed on the right hand side of the dash screen. The E208 has 2 drive modes, D and B.
If you move the gear selector back once, you put the car into its D mode, which is displayed on the dash. In the D mode, the car will coast like a normal car when you lift your foot off the accelerator.
If you move the gear selector back a second time, the D will change to B on the screen and you will be in the car's B mode.
In this mode, the car will automatically slow itself when you lift your foot off the accelerator. At the same time, it's adding charge back into the battery, what's known as regenerative braking.
To move into neutral, push the gear selector forwards once it's in a drive mode. The E208 has an electronic handbrake that will automatically disengage when you touch the throttle. To reapply the handbrake, you pull the switch upwards and a red light on the dash will indicate it is applied.
Please note the car will automatically creep forwards or backwards just like a traditional automatic car once it's in gear and you've taken your foot off the foot brake.
The car has 3 different drive modes, Eco, Normal and Sport.
Eco gives the car a greater driving range by reducing the power of the motor. At the other end of the scale you've got the sports mode, which is where the car's nice and zippy, and that of course does come at the expense of driving range.
The car is equipped with auto lights and wipers which can be controlled using the traditional stalks located either side of the steering wheel. Behind the steering wheel on the left hand side is a little stalk to control and set your cruise control and speed limiter. There are some handy buttons on the steering wheel to control the infotainment system and also its voice activation and phone controls. This button on the left hand side of the steering wheel controls the displays in the dash screen. The infotainment system is a touchscreen and it is here that you can alter the car's settings as well as playing music, etc.
The E208 doesn't come with a sat-nav as standard. I think it's assumed that you'll be using your phone as your sat-nav and your music source.
To connect your phone to the car to use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, click the phone icon on the right hand side of the screen. Then click the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay icon with your phone connected via the car's USB port. To pair your phone to the car for calls via Bluetooth, you click Bluetooth Search in the same phone menu.
There are too many settings and functions to go through within the scope of this video, so I suggest you take half an hour, perhaps sit in your new car, scroll through the different menus and press the different buttons just to familiarise yourself with it all.
You adjust the climate control using the touchscreen by pressing the top of the screen where the temperature is displayed. Additional heating controls are located beneath the media screen in the centre console.
The car's predicted range is based on the charge in the battery, the outside temperature and your recent driving patterns. It is, however, just an estimate and it is just a predictor, so just use it as a guide.
It is displayed on the dash screen on the left hand side of the screen along with how full the battery is.
This is just a predictor and it will recalibrate according to how you're driving, so it's best just to use this as a guide.
Once you have concluded your drive, you apply the handbrake, then put the car into park by pressing the button at the top of the gear selector. Finally, switch off the car by pressing and holding the start-stop button.
Do also keep an eye out for our in-depth controls video where we'll try and go through all these sort of functions and settings in a lot more detail for you. I hope this short video has been helpful in getting you started with your new Peugeot E-208. If you require any other further assistance or need any help, do get in touch, as we're always on hand and happy to help our customers. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy your new car.